Hey there and happy Wednesday. And because of the time of day, I've got that whole sun thing going on. So I'll just kind of hide out in the corner of my camera here. Otherwise it's lines and blinds. So it's Wednesday and I'm here bringing you card number 3 for October's virtual stamp camp. And this month I kind of wanted to bring in nature themes and trees and leaves and different things like that. And I was really excited to show. Carol is over here. Hi Carol, thanks for joining in. Carol's over here, and I at that time this afternoon I didn't even know what my card was going to look like, but I was kind of showing and telling her what I wanted to put together. And so this is card number 3 for the month, and I kind of was surprised, kind of like the other day, when I came across some paper that had some fall looking leaves and such, and I'm like, hey, I wasn't expecting to see that in that packet. And so that's kind of how it got the ball rolling. Hi there, Lisa. Hi, Lois. Hi, there was Kathy. There we go. It's like all of a sudden it went up and it's like, what was that name? So with that, I just thought, you know what, let the paper once again do something fun for the card, and let me turn my camera around and show you where to find everything that I'm putting this together from, because I feel like that's always kind of the repeat question, and it's not a bad thing at all, because I want you guys to find, if you already have the paper, to be able to find it in your stash and recreate something maybe that I'm making too. So this pretty paper here, it says thinking of you on your special day, but this could be, you know, used for so many different occasions. I have some birthdays coming up that I'd really like to get better at sending out cards. It's been kind of crazy with that, so I'm not keeping up on everything that I would usually do. So I thought, okay, let's try and find maybe like more of a guy card, masculine card. And so I thought, well, this should work for that too. So my inspiration, like I said, I came across this pretty leaf paper, and I think it's just so interesting because it's on the back side of this gorgeous foil embossed paper. That's from that Simply Elegant, and I know quite a few of you have ordered this already, the Simply Elegant Specialty Designer Series paper from the annual catalog. So maybe when you see all these other pieces here that you can see the embossing and the foil and such, you'll go, oh yeah, I know exactly which one that is too. So some of my pieces and such, and then you can kind of get the gist of what all comes with that. But like I said, I was really surprised to see this in there, and I went, that could work for fall. So that is on page 69 in the annual catalog. So everything for today's card is from the annual catalog. Hi there, Pam. No coloring today. Sorry, Pam. So that's the pretty paper there with the Simply Elegant suite. And then my sentiment, I love this Inspired Thoughts bundle, but today I'm just using the stamps. I could have easily used the trees from here too. And you know, in hindsight, maybe I would have liked it even more, but it's a great bundle. But I'm just using the words from that, and that's on page 52. And then when I scoot over on page 11, then you'll see the Beauty of the Earth suite, and that's where I'm getting it's similar to this tree. This tree has its own die, but in the set of dies, there's another tree, this one, that I'm using for today's card. Sometimes Stampin' Up! Does that, so you'll see anything that has kind of that vanilla color underneath it here. Those all have coordinating dies, and these are just stamps. So if that helps you for future, you know, thoughts and thinking through things. Hey, Chris. Yeah, happy fall. It's been a crazy one. So I was kind of excited today to be able to catch up. I made a list of about 1 million things to do today and got through about 5. But it feels good to get some laundry done. It's hard to do that when I'm out in the field and such too. All right. So once again, here's the card. And I think I'm going to start with just doing some die cutting. Yeah, it's definitely fall. I love fall though, and it's good that I can help out because there's always so much to do. All right, so let me grab first this set of dies here, the Beautiful Trees dies, and like I said, this is from the Beauty of the Earth suite or bundle. Hey there, Ginger. And so in here are some of the larger trees. It could actually be bushes. This is another, like the treetop, I should say. And the fun birds I've used before, and a couple boxes there for the sentiments that go with this stamp set. The tree I'm using is much larger than this one, but that's the one that I wanted to use. So I'm going to run that through my cut and emboss machine here with some Very Vanilla cardstock. And because it's not really totally intricate, but because it's somewhat intricate, oops, this is the Inspired Thoughts. I was like, why is my desktop still cluttered? So if you want to see kind of like an up close view of Inspired Thoughts, that's where my card front sentiment and my insides coming from. Now I'll set that aside and I'll have more room. I'm like, why can't I get this to just like fit and go like I normally do for you guys? Okay. It's not a totally intricate cutting tree, but when I do have some that are, I try and put the die at an angle, and I feel like it gets a pretty decent cut that way. So I love it when you can just like peel that apart like that and it just comes out so slick. So for this, then I just kind of pop out maybe that piece or two that that didn't come out, and then I usually can just kind of peel this right from there, and then we have that tree just like so. And I'll set that aside. And then the only other die that I'm using, I always kind of think this is like a hidden gem. I always love to share with you hidden gems. So this is the Ornates Frames dies. This originally, so this is the one I'm using for today's sentiment. These dies originally came out with a Halloween set. So you can think elegant because it's definitely ornate and everything. But if you think about Halloween, it's like, oh yeah, I remember it. A lot of people got just these dies, not the Halloween stamps that went with it, because there's so many fun sentiments that can fit in all of these dies, and it doesn't have to look spooky, scary, and a lot of times it looks really, really pretty. So the Ornates Frames dies is a fun thing to pull out today because I know a lot of you have that as well and have been using it. Whenever I get a card using it, I'm like, oh yeah, I need to pull out those dies just because they are so great for sentiments and to frame those. So this one is just kind of a basic one, but like for today's card, if I want it to be more masculine and for guys, I don't want lots of frills and different things on it either, but I like the fun edges that provides. Oops, I'm going to set that over there. And then we are done die cutting. And so it's just going to be a little bit of stamping and mostly assembling today. Kind of one of those quick, easy cards. My color combination for you guys today is basic black, very vanilla, and then, like I said before, the Simply Elegant Designer Series paper. I kind of thought about pulling in some gray, and before I assemble my card, hopefully I'll kind of show you bits and pieces of where I was going to put that, and you can kind of see the difference there too, because sometimes what I didn't end up making might be something that you actually like better, or maybe it's what you have on hand, so you can kind of see ahead of time what my other options would be. So this says, thinking of you on your special day, and I'm just going to center that. And I know some of you are like, hey, she cut first and then stamped. So I did, and I felt like this was pretty easy to line up. The stamp, even though it's not photopolymer, so I kind of just went, you know what, let's just cut that out first. Priscilla, hello, this is a stamp set you have, and I know you love this Inspired Thought stamp set, so I'm kind of glad I'm seeing you pop on here. All right, and then I'm just going to do my assembly here, starting with the Simply Elegant paper here. And honestly, it was like, oh, this is so pretty. It's hard to kind of put my adhesive on the back side of this, but it's like, I love these leaves. You guys know I love fall, so it wasn't too hard to use the leaf side. So the leaf I cut 3.75 by 5. The Very Vanilla then is 4 by 5 1/4, and then I will put that on my card base of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, opening this way. So that goes on here. And I can put that on here right away because I'm not using any ribbon. I tried to kind of bring in some ribbon and it just did not fit the feel and look of the card. So I feel like having that very vanilla really makes the leaves pop. And I did think about trying to even incorporate some basic gray, but I just kind of felt like it washed everything out a little too much. And so using the black and the vanilla really made everything pop. And the gray was just kind of like, okay, not, it would be a good second choice, but just not my favorite for today. And then my tree here, I'm just going to secure my tree with some glue dots. So I'll put one glue dot here at the bottom, and then kind of one towards the trunk where there's a nice thing. And I wanted this to kind of be a little bit more free flowing. That's why I didn't use any adhesive sheets, because I didn't want it to look totally like stuck down to my card, where sometimes if things are kind of intricate, you want it to be stuck down firm. But this one I kind of wanted some free flow to it, so that's why I'm just using just a few glue dots on there. And I want it as close to the edge over here as I can get it, and also grounded right to the bottom of my designer series paper, like so. So I feel like it's got a good stick and yet some free-flowing branches there too. And that really pops on that paper. My other option was going to be the basic gray. I should have shown that to you. Actually, I have a little sliver of paper. Hold on. Yeah, because I should have showed you the gray on there before the white, because then you still see it peek through. So this was my original intention. I love basic gray. I love my gray colors that Stampin' Up! Gives us. And so my intention as I was thinking about this drifting off to sleep was, oh, that'll be fun to put on there. But it just, like you can see, it's kind of like, where's Waldo? And and so it was just kind of like, that's not going to work together, but I want to show you how it does look. Yes, Priscilla, that is what I do to you guys. No, is I show you something that, oh yeah, I've got that, check all that. And then I throw in that one extra thing you don't have that you can make the card with. Now you might need this paper, but you won't be disappointed if you don't have it and decide to get it now. All right. And then the other thing I'm just going to do is just take the sentiment and pop that up with some dimensionals. So I'll just kind of go 3 across here with those dimensionals and peel that off. And then that I'm just going to kind of tuck up here in the corner. Oops, I want a little bit more of the designer series paper to show on the edge. And the tree branch is going to just kind of cover it and go up on top, but it's not going, it's going to cover a little bit of the tag that I've die cut, but none of the words on there. So that works out just fine, like so. Thanks, Jean. It's just so super simple. And then as far as the inside verse and embellishing it, like I said, I kind of thought, all right, what can I use for upcoming guy birthdays? And I thought, you know what, metallic pearls, like how many times can you get away with putting pearls on a card? Oops, where's my light? Here we go, metallic pearls. So the metallic pearls come with both, here we go, gold and silver in the package. And so the silver, I'm going to put just one little pearl on each side of my sentiment here. And I do not think that all of a sudden that does not make the card look masculine anymore. I think it just adds a little something, and it kind of still ties in with the whole theme of everything. And then for the inside, going to the Inspired Thoughts stamp set still, because that's where that's from. It's your time to be remembered, to feel appreciated and to know you're celebrated. So I'm just going to stamp that out in that same basic gray ink pad. And the best thing about the whole stamp set is all the sentiments coordinate together as far as that same font. And so that helps just coordinate any kind of cards that you're making, because a lot of the verses in this set can be used for different occasions too. So this can be birthday, even though it doesn't say happy birthday, but how many times do you have a birthday card and it says happy birthday, but then in the inside, what's the first thing you write? Happy birthday. So so if you want to write your own happy birthday, then it will be the only happy birthday on the card. Sometimes you just have cards like this that you want to send out to celebrate something that somebody's done too, and then this would be perfect for that as well. Thank you, Lisa. You love this card and it's not even blue. Love it. So that is all I'm doing for the inside, and I'm just keeping it really simple too, because I think that's the thing I love about fall is just like things kind of become more simple and kind of everything gets stripped down, and that's kind of what I wanted to embrace with today's card. And Ginger likes the feeling of the tree and the leaves too, so yep, it's just like it's all there for you guys. So that is card number 3 today out of the 10 that I'll be doing for October. Whoops, there we go. It's like, oh, I touched something on my phone and it just went completely black. That's always my fear, is I'm going to just lose it at any point. Not me lose it, my camera in the middle of my video. So that's card number 3 already out of 10. And I always have to kind of this time of year say, I'll see you next time, because it could be tomorrow or it could be needed tomorrow big time. I don't know. With harvest, we did get some rain and wind and all that kind of stuff. We finished up our beans late last night and it's a great feeling, but as good as that feeling is, we need to keep going on corn and such. And so I love that I can help out. So if that's where I need to be, that's where I need to be. But I will be with you guys next time with card number 4. And my goal is to get through all 10 by the end of the month for you guys. And I have lots of ideas. I keep writing down ideas and I've got more than 10 written down. So I'm not sure how that's going to play out for this month, but we'll see. Take care. Have a great night, guys.